Hey guys, in this video I want to tell you about how I calculate my macros, where I get started with how much I eat of what, and not when I eat it because I eat it pretty much any time of the day. Um, but basically I follow an If It Fits Your Macros program where I make sure I eat tons of fruits and vegetables throughout the day to get my micronutrients, but I base everything off of certain macronutrients that I have to hit: protein, carbs, and fats. A certain number that I have to hit. Um, so I'll jump right into the math. I'm gonna base this. I wrote everything down beforehand, that just for time purposes to shorten this video a little bit. I'm gonna give you guys a quick glimpse and I'll explain how I do everything. Hope you can see that, screenshot that or whatever. Better view, better now. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to base it off of somebody who's 150 pounds at 15% body fat. Let me make sure. There we go. All right. I'll jump over here to make sure you guys can see it. I'm going to base it off of somebody who's 150 pounds at 15% body fat. I don't go off of the actual total pounds of the person. A lot of people do that. I think it's more accurate if you go by the lean mass, just because somebody who's at 30% body fat is not going to need the same diet plan as somebody who's at 7% body fat. So the pounds doesn't make that. There's a big difference between total pounds and lean mass besides body fat. So I take, if they're at 15% body fat, you take the total weight times 0.15, which is 15%, equals 22.5 pounds of body fat. So it's 150 is a total weight. This is the body fat. So you take 150 minus 22.5 pounds of body fat, and you get the lean mass, which is 127.5 pounds. So that number is what I base all my calculations off of. So you take the lean mass, 127.5 pounds lean mass, and I've found, for me personally, it's 17 calories per pound of lean mass is what I go off of. That's pretty much what my body takes, and it's what I've found for other people too. So that, if you take that, it's 2,167 calories is your maintenance calories. That's depending on, that very much depends on your activity level. This is based off of somebody who's kind of active but doesn't have like an extreme job or isn't going all day long but still stays on their feet, and pretty much an average activity is what I base this off of. If you're really, really active all the time, I'd say 2 to 3, maybe even 400 calories more. If you're less active, have an office job or something, it's 2 to 3 to 400 calories less. You just kind of have to set one and go with it, based on what you think is right for you, and then adjust it as you go. A couple weeks in, you can tell, you're going to be able to tell real quick if it's the right amount or not for you, or if you'll have to adjust it. Okay, so I'm going to take my 2,167 calories at maintenance. That's what you'd need to eat to maintain how your body is right now, your body composition right now. Take that, and in order to put you in a deficit, take 300 off, 300 calories down. You never want to go like split it and have, I know people who've done, let's say their maintenance was 2,000, they've cut it down to 1,000 just to try and eliminate body fat real fast because they just want to lose a bunch of weight. That is not how it works. Your body will adjust to that and start saving calories and pile on more fat just because it's in survival mode. So I take off. I found 2 to 300. I'd say 300 max is to put you in a deficit, which leaves this guy at 150 pounds, leaves him at 1,867 calories for his deficit calories, and that's what we're gonna take to find our macros. That's average activity. Okay, so with 1,867 calories, I do 35% protein. 35% of those calories are protein, 40% are carbs, and 25% are fats. That's just that's the most effective split that I've found for me personally that helps me lose body fat and without losing muscle. It's a little higher protein than a lot of people do, but I found that I need that much protein in order to not lose any. I actually don't lose any muscle when I cut. So I make sure I probably, yeah, I don't lose any muscle at all. I think maybe I've lost 0.5 pounds this last cut, but barely any at all. So if you take 100 or 1,867 calories times 0.35, 35% protein, you get 653 calories here, times 0.4, 746, times 0.25, 466. Okay, so now you have your calories for your protein, carbs, and fats. Now, for protein, for every gram of protein, there's 4 calories. For every gram of carbs, there's 4 calories. And for every gram of fat, there's 9 calories. So you take your calories. For protein, it's divided by 4. For carbs, it's divided by 4. And for fats, it's divided by 9. And that gives you your end result of your macros. And that can, if you find it hard to hit your 50 grams and 186 carbs, you can always adjust the fats up a little bit and this down a little bit. That's basically that's the most effective one I've found to work for me. And I use an app called Simple Macro. It lets you keep track of all your macros and put all your stuff in there, enter everything manually. And I search for everything online. I would recommend that you, if you're just getting started out, I'd recommend you go through and make a meal plan for your meal 1, 2, 3, 4, however many meals you want to eat, just so you get an idea of what you're going to have to eat. Egg whites, high in protein. For my protein is always the problem because I eat high protein. So I do egg whites and deli style turkey is my go-to, my 2 main go-to, and then protein shakes, obviously. I love protein shakes because you can add whatever you need in there as far as excuse me, as far as macros wise goes. I know this one might have been a little bit boring, tons and tons of numbers, but if you can get these down, this will give you an awesome starting point. And then I adjust them I weigh myself once a week on Friday mornings, like right when I get up. You want to do it consistently at the same time. That way you can tell if your body's changing at all or not. I stay off the scale other than that because there's too much crap going on in between. It doesn't really matter in between there. So I do it once a week, and then I can tell, I'd say if you're plateaued for 2 weeks, maybe closer to 3, especially for women. It's closer to 3, maybe even 4 for women. But that's how long you might, if you stay at a certain weight for that long, then you might want to consider adjusting your calories down if you're trying to lose weight, up if you're trying to gain it. This is for weight loss right here. The exact opposite for weight gain. Exact opposite. I mean, take this, and instead of subtracting 300, you'd add 300 on top of your maintenance calories. Yeah, that pretty much explains how I do my, see if I covered everything I wanted to cover. That's pretty much how I do my my macros, and it's been going great. Update, I lost another 2 pounds in the last week. Keep this up 2 pounds a week for 8 weeks would be 16 pounds. I'd be way below where I'm aiming at. So it's going great. But yeah, just make sure you get tons of fruits and vegetables and get your micronutrients too. Don't just eat ice cream because it fits into your fats. You can eat ice cream, just don't splurge on it every single day. Alright guys, that's all I got for now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you got questions, comment below, share it, and I'll see you next time.